Okay, so it's March apparently, which is news to me. But my dumb self made another vlog back in February, so now I gotta keep doing this thing. So it's really tough because I don't remember anything that has happened this last month at all. It really flew by. This one more so than January and February did. It's kind of storming outside right now, which is new. It's been oddly warm this February, which has been really nice. Good frisbee weather for practice and whatnot. But also scary living in the Midwest when it's too warm too early. You never know what's going to come after that. But now it's like storming, and we haven't had a good storm in a while, so I got all the windows open. Hopefully make it cool off in here. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm super stuffy. Still, I feel like I was stuffy and sick in my last vlog, or maybe that was January's. It finally dawned on me the other day. I was thinking about this. I was like, it's crazy how I just get like a cold every spring. And it finally clicked while I was at my concert the other day that just like, oh, maybe I have like seasonal allergies. So I went to Walgreens and finally just got some like allergy spray, which worked wonders for me when I was down in Arkansas last summer. So we'll see if that works, or maybe I do just get a cold every year, but it's really annoying. It's been messing with me. It's worse than I think it's ever really been in a while. I can't hear. I don't know if it's always been this way or I'm noticing it now more because I'm a music teacher, but when I get like a cold, like I can't hear anything in the classroom. Like my students will be saying something to me and I'll be like, yeah, I have no clue, bro. Because I can't hear more than 5 feet away from me because my ears are so clogged. And then I'll go to blow my nose, and then it's like I can hear 30 feet further than I used to. And I was like, this is a new experience. Like I said, I had a concert the other day. That was the All District concert, which was kind of like the finale, so to speak, or like the peak, or I don't know what to call it, but it's what happened. I got like maybe one more week left of student teaching, so it was kind of like a big deal. And I had a piece that I had been working on with this group of students for my whole student teaching that we performed last Sunday. So that was really nice. It was really fun. It was. It didn't go the best. The concert, my specific piece didn't go the best. There were some tempo issues. It was weird. I was really close to like stopping them in the middle and just being like, we need to restart, which is, like every music educator's worst fear. But we got back on track, and, it was partially my fault that it got that bad, but it's kind of nice. While I don't want that to happen, it's kind of nice that it's happening early because it's a really nice like learning experience. And now that, when that happens further on in my career, I'll be more prepared and I'll know better what to do. Because I kind of was just like holding on for dear life, and I was like, please get back together, please. And just kind of hearing from some of my like fellow music educators, like, oh, here's when I might have stopped them, or like, no, I think it was good that you kept going, and kind of learning that line of like how much of a mistake on a concert is something that like I just want to play through, and it's like natural that happens, and at what point do I go like, no, like the kids can do better than this, flukes happen, like let's restart. The parents deserve a better performance, the kids deserve a better performance. So a little nerve-wracking, a little frustrating to have an error like that on the concert, but overall I'm really, really, really proud of my students and myself. I didn't think that piece when I first got it. I was like, I don't know that I can teach this. I don't know if they can play it. Like, this will be tough. But they did really, really well with it. And so I have, like I said, a week or 2 weeks, kind of depends on a few things. But these last few weeks, I'll be just kind of like stepping down slowly so the kids get used to me not being in front of them all the time, and getting my cooperating teacher back in front of them and whatnot. So, I'm almost done with that. And then after that, I have spring break. The student teaching cuts into spring break a little, which again is a little annoying. But we have a really long spring break this year, like 2.5 weeks kind of. And then we're in the spring term, 2 more classes, and I'm yowdy. A lot of my February has been actually applying to different jobs. I got really anxious to like know where I was going, and I was like, well, why do I have to wait to apply to jobs? I can just start doing that now. So I've started sending out applications to different school districts, just saying like, here's my resume, my transcripts, all of that, blah 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 blah. Like, please give me a job in your school district. So we'll see. It's really nice to start that process, even though I've heard nothing back yet. But it's really nice to start that and know that I'm starting to maybe in a few weeks or a few months here get calls about interviews and jobs. And as we get further and further into March is kind of when a lot of teaching jobs open up. So I'll have even more places to apply and stuff like that. It's a little weird applying when you're still like not yet licensed. Because they keep asking me for all these credentials, and I just kind of have to be like, I promise I'll have it soon. But it's nice. It's really nice. Yeah, it's really interesting, the school job search, because there's just the difference in each district's needs for a music educator is so vast. In that, like, some school districts want me to do literally everything. Some school districts are like, no, we want you to just do these very few small things. And, you know, it's tough. Like, I want a job where I'm not doing everything, where I'm not the guy who's in charge of literally everything, because that's like a lot of stress. But I know from advice that I've gotten that sometimes jobs like that are really good for you in your first years of teaching, and getting you like prepared for the job field and making you better as an educator down the road. But also, like, if I can become a better educator without having to go through all that stress, you know, like, why wouldn't I? So it's interesting just looking at the different districts and trying to find like a job that I think will be suitable for me, and that not only will I be able to continue growing and learning as a music educator, but also a district where I feel like, no, I can bring something to you guys. There are a lot of jobs that want me to do like a lot of like choir classes, or a lot of general music stuff, and I'm not against doing those like full stop. But when that's a majority of the teaching job, those aren't really districts that I want to go to, because I'm not well equipped to do that. Like, you that district will be served better by a different music educator. And so finding a district that not only suits my needs, but a district where I really feel like I can have an impact and do really good things there. So February, we had our Winter Whiteout Tournament, which is an indoor tournament that the Frisbee team hosts. And since I'm one of the captains, I basically threw that tournament entirely by myself with my captains, which is always way easier and also way harder than you think it is, and super tiring. But it's always a really fun tournament. We get the alumni to come back. It's the first time we get to play against like other college teams since like a few months. So it went really well. It was a lot of fun. But it's indoor, and indoor frisbee is fun, but it's not the same as like outdoor frisbee. And so we just this last weekend we had Midwest Throwdown, which is our first like the team is mixed usually, rats and cats, guys and girls. But when we get to spring season, it splits, and so it's just rats and just cats. And so we had our first split season, and this is our more competitive tournament. And so that was a lot of fun. I injured my heel and bruised the living crap out of it, and I had to wear a boot at work. That was a humbling experience. But it was really nice to just kind of start formulating, like, here's how we're going to run our team, here's how we're going to do this competitive season. And also, like, we got this like amazing opportunity to play against like really good competition, so we can start to see how we might stack up when it comes to our season down the line. We got to play against teams that are ranked top in the nation for D3, and competed really well against them. And doing that is like, it gives me a lot of hope, not only as a Frisbee player, but as a captain of the team. It's like, yeah, we can do this. Like, we can do something this year. We can qualify. We can really make a run. We just all have to be, committed and just work after it. So that's what my spring will really look like, is finishing classes, enjoying the last little bit of college Frisbee I have, and hopefully by the next time I do a vlog, I'll know where I'm going for my career, for my next job. So stay tuned. You'll find out more about my life, my career, my summer. That's still a big question mark. And I'll keep you guys updated every month. So enjoy this outro. Yeah, I'll totally edit that in later. Yeah, that'll be good.